Hey guys, welcome back to Cyber Platter. Today we'll learn something about entry-level SOC interview question and answers. If you want to know about more cybersecurity topics, I will have the playlist linked in the description box. It has topics, individual cybersecurity topics like identity and access management, incident response. It also has interview questions for other cybersecurity profiles like vulnerability management, pen test, SOC advanced scenario based SOC questions, so you can go through it. The first question is, what is SOC? SOC stands for Security Operations Center. It is a centralized team or facility within an organization responsible for monitoring, detecting, and responding to cybersecurity threats and incidents. It serves as the nerve center for a company's cybersecurity, where security analysts use various tools, technologies, and processes to protect the organization's information systems, networks, and data from unauthorized access, breaches, and other security risks. The SOC plays a critical role in maintaining the security and integrity of an organization's digital assets. It also ensures a swift response to security incidents. Next question is, can you define a security incident and a security event? Security event is any observable occurrence within an information system or network. It could be routine or it could be more significant. Routine, such as a user logging into a system; significant, like a failed login attempt or a system error. Security events are recorded in logs and can serve as indicators of potential security issues. You need to remember that not all security events are security incidents. Some may be harmless or benign. Now, going to the incident part, a security incident is a specific type of security event that represents a real or potential threat to the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of an organization's information assets. It indicates that a security policy or control has been violated or that an attacker or breach may have occurred. Security incidents require investigation, containment, and response to mitigate the potential damage and prevent further harm to the organization's security posture. Examples of security incidents include data breaches, malware infections, unauthorized access, and DDoS attacks. DDoS stands for Distributed Denial of Service. So, in summary, security events are general occurrences that can include routine activities, while security incidents are events with the potential to harm an organization's security and require immediate attention and action. Next question. Describe the CIA triad in the context of cybersecurity. The CIA triad is a fundamental concept in cybersecurity. It represents the core principles of information security. It consists of three key principles. First one is confidentiality. C stands for confidentiality. This principle ensures that the sensitive information is accessible only to those with authorized privileges. It focuses on protecting data from unauthorized disclosure. For example, if you consider a healthcare organization that protects patient medical data, maintaining the confidentiality means that only authorized healthcare professionals should have access to these records. In cybersecurity, measures like encryption, access controls like RBAC, and data classification are employed to maintain confidentiality. So, confidentiality is the first principle. The second one is integrity. I stands for integrity. Integrity emphasizes the trustworthiness and accuracy of data. It ensures that the data remains unchanged and reliable throughout its life cycle. In cybersecurity, integrity measures involve preventing unauthorized alterations, whether accidental or intentional. Like, for example, in e commerce, ensuring the integrity of product prices and orders is crucial. If a hacker manipulates the price of a product on a website, customers may be overcharged and the business may suffer losses. Techniques like digital signatures and checksums are used to verify data integrity. So, integrity is the second principle of CIA triad. The third principle is availability. A stands for availability in CIA triad. Availability ensures that data and resources are accessible and operational when needed. Cybersecurity efforts aim to prevent disruptions and downtime caused by cyber attacks, system failures, or other events. For example, a financial institution's online banking system must be available to serve customers 24 bar 7. DDoS attacks, that is distributed denial of service attack, can disrupt availability but by overwhelming the system with traffic. The strategies used to uphold availability include redundancy, disaster recovery plans, load balancing, and more. So, in summary, the CIA triad is a foundational framework in cybersecurity. It guides the protection of data and systems by preserving their confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These principles help organizations safeguard their digital assets and maintain the trust and functionality of their information systems. Let's go to the next question. What is the role of a SOC analyst? Like I mentioned before, a SOC analyst is responsible for monitoring, detecting, and responding to cybersecurity threats and incidents within an organization. Their role can be broken down into several key responsibilities like monitoring. SOC analysts continually monitor network traffic, system logs, and security alerts to identify anomalies and potential security incidents. They use a variety of security tools and technologies to stay vigilant. Next role, detection. They are tasked with detecting security events and incidents by analyzing patterns and trends in data. This involves recognizing signs of unauthorized access, malware infections, data breaches, and other security threats. Next is incident triage. Once an incident is detected, SOC analysts are responsible for triaging it, determining its severity, and deciding on an appropriate response. They assess the potential impact of the incident on the organization. Next responsibility is investigation. SOC analysts conduct in depth investigations into security incidents using forensic techniques and analysis tools to understand the nature and scope of the incident. This includes identifying the attack vector, the vulnerabilities exploited, and the extent of the breach. Next is response. After assessing and investigating an incident, SOC analysts coordinate and implement a response plan. They may isolate affected systems, apply patches, change access controls, and take other measures to mitigate the threat. Next is reporting. SOC analysts prepare detailed incident reports documenting their findings, actions taken, and recommendations for improving security measures. These reports are crucial for compliance and further security enhancements. Next, collaboration. SOC analysts often collaborate with other security teams such as incident response teams, network administrators, and system administrators to address security incidents effectively. Next one, threat intelligence. They stay informed about emerging threats and vulnerabilities by monitoring threat intelligence sources. This knowledge helps them proactively defend against new and evolving cyber threats. Next is continuous improvement. SOC analysts participate in the ongoing enhancement of security measures, policies, and procedures within the organization. They may provide input for security enhancements and help develop security best practices. Next is shift work. Many SOC operations run 24 bar 7, so a SOC analyst often works in shifts, including evenings and weekends, to ensure around the clock monitoring and response. So, overall, the SOC analyst plays a critical role in safeguarding an organization's digital assets and ensuring a swift and effective response to cybersecurity threats and incidents. Their proactive monitoring, rapid response, and investigative skills are vital for maintaining a strong security posture. Let's go to the next question. Explain the concept of threat intelligence. Threat intelligence is like having a set of secret agents who gather information about bad guys in the cyber world. So these bad guys can be hackers, viruses, or any kind of digital troublemakers. Threat intelligence collects data about their tactics, what tools they use, and where they hang out on the internet. It's like spy work for computer security. The information is then shared with people in the SOC so they know what to look out for and how to protect the organization's computers and data. Threat intelligence helps the SOC stay one step ahead of the bad guys. In a real world SOC, this threat intelligence is crucial because it helps the team identify and defend against cyber threats before they cause any damage. It's like having a radar for potential attacks, and it's an essential part of keeping computer systems safe. So basically, they help in information gathering. That is, it begins with the collection of data and information from a variety of sources. These sources can include open source information, subscription based services, government agencies, security vendors, and internal network logs. The data collected contains a wide range of threat indicators such as malware signatures, IP addresses, attack patterns, and vulnerabilities. Next, the collected data is then analyzed to identify patterns, trends, and potential threats. Analysts work to determine the relevance and severity of the collected information. This involves understanding the TTPs, that is, tactics, techniques, and procedures of threat actors, as well as the potential impact of various threats on the organization. Next, contextualization. Threat intelligence is not just about raw data, it's about understanding how the data relates to an organization's specific environment. This means providing context to the data by considering factors such as the organization's industry, geographic location, existing security posture, and the value of the assets at risk. Next, actionable intelligence. The goal of threat intelligence is to provide actionable information. This means giving organizations the knowledge they need to take specific steps to improve their cybersecurity posture. This could involve patching vulnerabilities, implementing new security measures, or monitoring for specific indicators of compromise, that is IOCs. Next is proactive defense. With threat intelligence, organizations can be proactive in their security efforts. Rather than waiting for an attack to happen, they can prepare for potential threats and vulnerabilities. This can significantly reduce the likelihood and impact of successful cyber attacks. Also, threat intelligence is not just for immediate cybersecurity actions, it also informs long term strategic decision making. Understanding the evolving threat landscape allows organizations to allocate resources, plan for security investments, and adapt their defenses to emerging threats. So, in summary, threat intelligence is a multidisciplinary approach that empowers organizations to stay ahead of cyber threats by gathering, analyzing, and applying relevant information. It plays a crucial role in enhancing cybersecurity and mitigating the risks associated with today's ever evolving digital landscape. Let's go to the next question. How does network monitoring play a role in a SOC? Network monitoring plays a central role in a SOC by providing real time visibility into an organization's network. This helps to detect and respond to cybersecurity threats. Let's see how actually it contributes to the SOC's function. First is threat detection. Network monitoring tools continuously analyze network traffic to identify abnormal or suspicious patterns. This could include unusual data flows, unexpected port or protocol usage, or large data transfers. Anomalies detected through network monitoring may indicate the presence of malware, intrusions, or other security incidents. Next is incident response, that is IR. When a potential security incident is detected, network monitoring tools trigger alerts to SOC analysts. These alerts provide information about the nature of the incident, such as the source and target of the suspicious activity. SOC analysts can use this information to assess the threat severity, impact, and appropriate response actions. Next is security incident investigation. So, network monitoring data is invaluable in investigating security incidents. It provides a timeline of events leading up to and following an incident, helping analysts understand how the breach occurred and the extent of the compromise. Detailed network logs can be used to trace the path of an attack, including the attacker's entry point, lateral movement, and data exfiltration. Next is identifying vulnerabilities. By analyzing network traffic, monitoring tools can help identify vulnerabilities in an organization's infrastructure. For example, they might detect unpatched systems, misconfigurations, or risky user behaviors. This information is essential for the SOC to proactively address vulnerabilities before they can be exploited by attackers. Next is user activity monitoring. Network monitoring can track user behavior on the network, helping to identify insider threats or unauthorized access. It can also provide evidence of policy violations or misuse of network resources. User activity monitoring helps maintain a secure and compliant network environment. Next is compliance and reporting. Many industries and organizations have specific regulatory requirements for data protection and network security. Network monitoring data can be used to demonstrate compliance with these regulations. SOC analysts may generate reports and evidence from network monitoring data for audits and compliance purposes. Next is traffic analysis. Network monitoring tools provide insights into network traffic patterns, which can be valuable for capacity planning, optimizing network performance, and identifying network bottlenecks. Effective network operation supports the overall functionality and performance of an organization. Next is ongoing network health. Monitoring ensures that network devices, servers, and applications are functioning correctly. If there are issues or failures, the SOC can take steps to address them promptly, reducing downtime and improving network reliability. So, in summary, network monitoring in a SOC serves as the organization's eyes and ears, allowing for real time detection of threats, proactive incident response, compliance, and the overall health and security of the network. It is a crucial component in safeguarding an organization's digital assets and data. Next question. What is the purpose of a SIM system? SIM stands for Security Information and Event Management. A SIM is a comprehensive tool used in cybersecurity to centralize, monitor, and analyze security related data and events from various sources within an organization's network. So if you want to know more about SIM systems, there are two videos that I have which talks only about SIM. I will link that also in the description box. But now let's see the primary purposes of a SIM. First is real-time monitoring. SIM systems continually monitor the network, analyzing incoming data for potential security threats and incidents. They can spot anomalies, patterns, and correlations in real time. Next is alerting and notification. When a SIM system detects unusual or potentially malicious activities, it generates alerts and notifications. This allows security teams to respond promptly to emerging threats. Next is incident detection and response. SIMs are instrumental in identifying and categorizing security incidents such as cyber attacks, data breaches, or unauthorized access. They provide a holistic view of incidents, aiding in response and recovery efforts. Next is correlation and analysis. SIM systems use complex correlation rules and algorithms to go through massive data sets and find meaningful patterns. This helps differentiate normal network behavior from potentially harmful events. Next, forensics and investigation. SIM systems store historical data, allowing security analysts to conduct post incident investigations. This historical context is crucial for understanding the scope and impact of security incidents. Next is compliance and reporting. SIMs assist organizations in meeting regulatory and compliance requirements by generating reports and documentation for audits. They demonstrate that the organization actively monitors and manages security events. Next is user and entity behavior analytics, that is UEBA. Some advanced SIMs incorporate user and entity behavior analytics to detect unusual user or entity behavior by comparing it against baselines. Next, threat intelligence integrations. SIM systems can integrate external threat intelligence feeds, enabling organizations to compare network activity against known threat indicators and take proactive measures. Next, security data retention. SIMs store security event data for an extended period, which is essential for historical analysis, investigations, and compliance purposes. Next is customization and flexibility. That is, SIM systems are configurable and adaptable to an organization's specific security needs and policies. So, in summary, a SIM system serves as a central hub in Security Operations Center. It offers a wide range of capabilities that enhance an organization's ability to detect, respond to, and manage cybersecurity threats. Next question. Define the term false positive in cybersecurity. False positive refers to an instance in which a security system or tool incorrectly identifies a legitimate or non malicious activity, event, or file as a potential security threat or anomaly. It is essentially a false alarm where the security system incorrectly triggers an alert or raises a warning when there is no actual security risk. False positives can occur in various cybersecurity contexts, including intrusion detection systems, IDS, antivirus software, email filters, and other security mechanisms. They can be caused by factors such as misconfigurations, imperfect detection algorithms, or unusual but legit network system behavior. Let's see an example. Suppose you have an antivirus software installed on your computer and it includes a feature that scans incoming files for malware. In this example, let's say you receive an email with an attachment that is a legitimate harmless document such as a PDF file containing a report from a colleague. Your antivirus software, due to its heuristic analysis, misinterprets some characteristics of the PDF as potentially malicious, even though it is not. As a result, the antivirus software triggers an alert indicating that it has detected malware in the PDF attachment. In this scenario, the alert generated by the antivirus software is a false positive because it incorrectly flagged a harmless PDF file as malware. It's a non-threatening file, but the security tool mistakenly identified it as a security risk. Dealing with false positives is a common challenge in cybersecurity as they can lead to unnecessary alerts, operational disruptions, and the need for security teams to investigate and remediate non existent threats. Next question. What is a security baseline? A security baseline is a predefined set of security configurations, policies, and best practices that serve as a foundation for security computer systems, networks, and applications. It outlines the minimum security requirements that an organization should implement to reduce vulnerabilities and protect against common threats. Let's see why security baselines are necessary in more depth. First is consistency. They establish a consistent and uniform security posture across an organization's IT assets. This consistency simplifies management, reduces errors, and ensures that security settings remain the same across the network. Next, minimization of vulnerabilities. Security baselines eliminate unnecessary services, features, and default configurations that could be exploited by attackers. This reduces the potential attack surface. Next is compliance. They align with industry specific regulations and compliance frameworks, helping organizations meet the necessary security standards and pass audits. Next is customization. While providing a foundational security posture, baselines can be customized to meet an organization's specific needs and risk profile. Next is version control. Baselines need to be updated to account for changes in technology, emerging threats, and evolving best practices. Next, auditing and assessment. Organizations use security baselines as a reference point for evaluating their security posture, conducting security audits, and making necessary adjustments. Remember that the security landscape evolves over time, and security baselines need to adapt to new threats, vulnerabilities, and technologies. So, in summary, security baselines are essential to ensure a minimum level of security, maintain consistency, and reduce vulnerabilities in an organization's IT environment. They also help organizations comply with regulations and stay resilient in the face of evolving cybersecurity threats. Next question. Explain the principle of least privilege. This is a fundamental concept in cybersecurity and access control. It promotes the idea of restricting individuals, systems, and processes to the minimum level of access or permissions necessary to perform their tasks or functions. In essence, it advocates providing just enough privilege and no more to accomplish a specific job while minimizing the potential for misuse, accidental data exposure, or security breaches. The primary goal of the principle of least privilege is to reduce the risk associated with excessive access rights. When individuals or systems have more access than necessary, the potential for unauthorized access, data leaks, and misuse increases. Principle of least privilege emphasizes on granularity in access control. Access permissions should be fine tuned, assigning only the specific permissions required to perform a particular task. This approach ensures that users have access to the precise resources they need. Access control lists or ACLs are used to implement the principle of least privilege. ACLs define what actions or resources a user or system is allowed to access, and they should be configured with minimal necessary permissions. When individuals need elevated access for specific tasks, they should acquire additional privileges temporarily, like for example, through mechanisms like sudo in Unix based systems. Once the task is completed, those elevated privileges should be revoked. Let's see an example. Suppose you work in an organization and there are three employees with different job roles. like regular employee, HR manager, and finance manager. Regular employee primarily uses a computer for email, document processing, and accessing specific internal web applications. So these guys do not need to access sensitive HR files or the company's financial system. Now the HR manager needs access to the HR files, including personal records, salary information, and performance evaluations. However, they don't need access to the financial system. The finance manager requires access to the financial system to manage accounts, process payments, and generate financial reports. They do not need access to HR files. The regular employee's account should be configured to provide access only to the necessary email, account, document processing, and web applications. And it should be restricted from accessing HR or financial systems. And the HR manager's account is granted permission for HR files and do not have access to the financial files. The finance manager's account is configured to provide access to the financial system but not HR files. This approach ensures that each employee has the minimum necessary access rights to perform their job effectively. If an attacker were to compromise the regular employee's account, they would not have access to sensitive HR or financial data. This reduces the potential for data breaches. Similarly, the principle of least privilege ensures that each employee can perform their job without unnecessary access. This enhances security and minimizes the risk of misuse or data exposure. So that's it for today, guys. I will see you in another video with more questions on SOC interviews for entry level. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos. That will help us a lot. I will see you again soon. Until then, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.